Hello YouTube, claudemods or Aaron here with another video. I've decided to stop with the accents. I think it's rather stupid and childish. And obviously I'm from London, the UK. And so my accent is normally, London. Although sometimes I do pick up on accents. I'm very fluent with English and I can do accents very good depending on what accent it is. I've got a little bit Irish through blood, Welsh. And whatever else, there's a lot of conspiracy in the family, even though I've seen passports, green passports. So, if we know what green passports are, then you basically know what I've got in my blood as well. I won't tell you the area of what the green passport said it was originated from. But, I'm like really good with accents. Obviously not on the spot. But like one of my favourite ones to say is donkey, like do a donkey phrase out of the film Shrek, or you've got Adam Sandler, what's it, Billy Madison is it? Back to school, to prove to daddy I'm not a fool. I could do his accent very good, yeah, and obviously you got Today Junior, when he says Today Junior, it's like one of my best sayings to be saying, Today Junior, these computers are dumb-headed sometimes, they just don't like to load as fast as you want them to do, and it's just a joke, And I did kind of get a bit over the top in some of my videos, and that's why I deleted them. At the moment, I don't think the internet knows what I'm trying to do, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. But until I figure that one out, I'm not doing any updates to do with any of my distributions. What's out there works perfectly fine, and I'm still using version 3 at the moment, 2.0.3, 2.5.0.3. I'm still using that at the moment. I don't know if you can see that. Definitely see that. Obviously my head's not in the way this time. But I'm basically on the latest and greatest version of what I've released, and my plan at the moment is to do this, is what I'm going to show at the moment. So if we come back to here, we go to the VM, and we're already here. It's all glitching at the moment. I'm not really too good with loading in with eye candy, you see. I want to be loading in with something that's not too much in your face, I want a light DM. Now this DM here, well, this is not even a display. It's classed as a display manager, isn't it? Hyperlink. This is what I'm using now. I want to customize Hyperlink to do some stuff with my recovery tool. Now it's glitching in a VM. Hyperlink doesn't like to load in a VM, which is good, but which is a problem. But not really a problem when I'm editing, really, because I know it works on real hardware because I backed it up from real hardware, and you have to have an AMD GPU, which is fine by me because I run on AMD components. If you've got any problems with NVIDIA, that's your issue. I'm hearing loads of people with issues with NVIDIA. I don't use like NVIDIA. I'm AMD Prime, or Intel. So if you want to use my distribution, you're going to have to basically run them as a native card. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to use it. And the plan is to get desktop environments to load on here. Obviously you've got screen 1, screen 2, screen 3, screen 4, screen 5. You've got all these special commands that I learnt last night. It was like going back to school. And we can move this here to number 2, so that's on screen number 2 now instead of screen number 1. We've got all these funky commands, so that's on there. Then I've got like Dolphin can open up, I'm pretty sure. No, that's board. Then we've got Dolphin, and we've got that's obviously Firefox. Then we've got Dolphin. I've just started basically customizing all these commands. I don't know what's going on now. Obviously, we're meant to have like 3 different types of things on here now. Maybe number 2, number 3. I don't know. Obviously, yeah, here we go. So we've got all of these different things open from these different commands, and we can close them with one command as well. The only thing I don't like is that all the applications haven't got X's in it, but with one simple command, the mod and C, we can just close the application. The problem with this now is that I have to program claudemods to open up a different way to it normally would. But everything is just working at the moment. Obviously, we haven't got the special thing that we normally do with, like this. this plasma, which is a problem. But I want to customize this to load desktops. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Obviously looking into it. It took me about a year to even get a Linux distribution made. So I will just want to do some research and work out what's good going forward for claudemods at the moment, you know, with his distributions, with my distribution, should I say. With my company name of claudemods, I obviously want to see what's good going forward. And if I can get desktops to load with a command, yeah, so maybe if we have an application that will open a desktop in here as like display 1, and then it'll open as display 2, display 3, display 4, and we've got XFCE as a folder. We've got all individual desktops that can be downloaded from TTY, but mainly I'd rather have it on here. Like, I was trying to get it on TTY, so I'm going to try that way anyway. But then through like Arch install scripts and stuff. But then the main aim is to get desktop environments to load as an application. That's what I want to do. It's cool. There is people online, they're calling it Windowsism or whatever else. You know, but at the end of the day, I'm all about moving forward and evolution. That is the main thing, you know. But what is the next best thing? There's no point sticking around with what you got. Most developers at the moment, they build what they build and stick what they've got from day one and sit on it. You know, Dahlia OS is one of them, you know. Dahlia OS, they make a demo now, they're making a theme now, and it's just like, wow, at the end of the day, you got such a good looking theme that you'd rather it be a theme and a demo than a real distribution. And well, there was reasons why I was talking to them for a friend. To be honest, I've got my own stuff going on, and you know, I'm always moving forward. I'm looking for the next best thing. I'm not going to sit on the bench with what I got and say, yes, it's the best of the best of the best. I'm just going to continue to move, to go down the path of looking for the next best thing for my things. And if I can't do it, then so be it. Then I'll look for another thing. But at the moment, this is what I'm doing. I'm in a virtual machine. Of course, it's glitching because it doesn't like to work well, Hyperland in a virtual machine, which is why I installed it on real hardware and then made a backup, and now here we are using it. So we've got all these different things. We can Hyperland shop, we can obviously open consoles, we can move the console there, we can have another console, we can move the file, we can move it around, which is good by me, you know. I want to move it around. I don't know why we can't move this around now. So like if I do this, we can actually move these things around, and we can put them there, you know. See, so like obviously it's glitching at the moment, you can't really see, but when we do things like this, you can definitely see what it's doing now, you know. It works perfectly fine on real hardware, like I said. I'm actually having a lot of fun with this, you know. The problem is that bar at the top doesn't make sense to me. It should be at the bottom because I'm using a projector. I've got to stretch my head all the way up to the top just to see that bar. And is that bar really worth it? That's what I'm dictating now. I want to customize this like I customize my other distribution. I've already added key bindings to help you open applications. Obviously with my system tool, we've got the custom claudemods system tool, console tool and the system tool. So we've got these various commands that help you in the console, and I'm going to have all these other things such as helping you fix the grub, so you can load this downloaded ISO, open my application, and it'll fix the grub. It'll chroot into the grub, and then you can do certain commands to fix the grub. Or I'll have a button that'll chroot you into your partition, and then a button to fix the grub. Maybe that would be the best way, because you know, even if I implemented the commands to fix grub into the chroot, I'm calling it the auto config chroot, and what it does is it runs a bash script that chroots you automatically into the partition that you want to fix the grub for. If I put the command to fix the grub in that script, then it wouldn't break your system anyway. It would work exactly the same, you know. It would be like running like normal. You know, if you did have a problem, it'd fix that also. So I'm looking at this, and the commands are similarly in my system app. Files in the optional folder, so you can look at what I've been looking to do, but it doesn't currently work. So we're looking at different. I'm looking at different options to do the best things, you know, for moving forward. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to make sure that this video is very short, and I'm just going to sit here customizing. It might take a day, it might take 2 days, 3 days, but if I don't get anything going, that is fine. We can always move forward with what I've already got. But I'd rather obviously do something better. This glitching isn't any good, really and truly, in a virtual machine. I don't know if it's this software, but you know, we can test things. We obviously know that it works. We know the keyboardings. You know, it's like learning your ABCs again. You're going back to school to learn how to use not even a desktop environment. If I'm correct, tell me if I'm wrong. This isn't even a desktop environment. This is just a window manager. You know, which is good by me, because I just want it to window manage desktop environments, which is maybe a bit too much. So people say, you crazy, mate, and I'm gonna be like, what, do you know what? You know, some of the craziest things, some of the craziest people were the smartest people in life, you know, and that's it really. Some of the craziest people were the smartest people in life, and they come up with the craziest things. Mad scientists, mate, mad scientists. I'm like a mad scientist when it comes to Linux distributions, because all I'm doing is tinkering, you know. I'll sometimes make a bomb of a Linux distribution, you know, and sometimes it's just like, so I get like the base Debian, and then I change to the SID mirrors, and then I customize there, or I had KD Neon on Neon repos, like KD Neon on Noble repos before it was even out, you know. Before they even had their untested version. So, and that was on my own computer. I was doing my own test, but you know, this is what I call a bomb. You know, you're making a mess, because it's not going to be daily drivable, mate. It's not going to be daily drivable. I wouldn't suggest it I wouldn't suggest to daily drive it, because you're not going to be able to get any packages through the repos anyway, or from the Neon side of it, because I've had to basically, obviously. Disconnected the repos for the KD Neon, so it didn't update anything through there any longer, and you only get updates through the 2410, which is causing a problem as well, by the way. It was anyway. Moving forward, this is what I'm going to do. Keep it sweet, short and simple. I'm literally just going to be customizing for the next couple hours. Oh yeah, we have got Stacy on here, and obviously this was off of my main machine, so these little things here being on here obviously don't matter, because this isn't officially out yet. This won't contain these folders and some of the things that I've been testing, and the finishing product will obviously be showcased somehow. I might have to install it to my main machine and then show how it works, because this VM software virtual machine, it just doesn't want to work. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's just a short little update really. There's nothing really much to talk about. I'm just basically tinkering, editing, seeing what I can do, you know, with what I've got out there at the moment. All I'm going to be doing is updating packages really. My system app can do with a little bit of tummy love and care, you know, some TLC, whatever you want to call it. But for the most part it works anyway, so it's not. I'm not really rushing towards that at the moment. I will, once I get this next release out, that will have the new updates, because I'm going to do one major release. I was speaking to someone, I was watching a video the other day, and someone said when they release small updates, it fixes little bugs, but it might introduce another bug, and then, you know, you do a major release and it has big bugs, and then you do a small one, it only fixes a minimal amount of bugs, and everyone complaining that there's bugs and bugs and bugs. So what you do is you don't release small updates, you only release big updates. So if there's any bugs, they get fixed in the last one, and you've got all this new stuff, you know. Instead of doing small little updates, you do one major release, and you do a major release every single time. So you've got major releases instead of small little releases. That's what I want to do. Now to do that is going to be a pain, because the work that I normally do in 1-2 days, I'm going to have to do now over a whole week. Yeah, and I obviously won't be lazy over that week. I'll make sure that everything is up to scratch for what I'm updating. But that's it. This is all I want to talk about today as we get on the internet. I'm pretty sure not a lot of people are going to be watching this. But at the end of the day, I'm doing a lot of tests. I do want to get the 6.2. My 6.2 is a gaming version. I'm not going to do a minimal version of it. I'm going to do a gaming version. And I ain't really gaming at the moment, I'll be honest. I'm just editing. But this, after I've done this, I think I might just sit on the bench for a bit, you know. If I can get this going anyway, I might just sit on the bench, see, you know, update little. Get the substitutes to do the job, mate, you know, which is the Pac-Man repos. All I've got to do is update it, you know, just click button from the console tool, number 3, number 4 was it? Or was it number, I think it might be number 4, number 5. Yeah, just click them buttons, update the repo packages, and then put my ISO on the internet. That's probably what I'm going to do once I get this as a stable base. For the meantime, you know, I'm allowed to do these sort of things. But I'll be honest, I don't sit on the bench for too long. I'm not like that, you know. And if it comes to real life, I don't sit on the bench whatsoever. But this is software, because software is very annoying sometimes. You need to take a break from it. You have to, you know. And this is why I sit on the bench sometimes. But I'm not like Dahlia OS, who's going to sit on the bench for maybe 2 years, and then their answer to that, their final verdict, you know, slam on the flipping table, you know, or that is flipping demo, is a demo, you know, theme, is a theme. You know? I'm not a theme, I'm not a demo, I'm the real thing, I'm the real McCoy, mate, you know. I'm that salt and vinegar packet of crisps, mate. And that's me. I'm always going to be that salt and vinegar packet of crisps, the real McCoy, mate. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to be a theme or a demo. I'm not a demo, no, mate, because I built this from absolute scratch. You know, I'm the real deal because I've used my knowledge to build what I'm using. You know, arching still can be a pain. It can be a pain. You got to know what packages to install for certain things, and it doesn't install all the dependencies for things. And I can prove that because I've done. Well, I can't prove that, but I've done an arch install, and I just tried to get my graphics card to read it. It didn't want to read. So now we got this here. This is working fine because I've done it properly. I've used my head this time, and which is why I'm using it as a base. So obviously, we all know that I used Arch install to build a base ISO for people to use if they just want plain Jane Arch like KD Neon. And then I built my theme on top of it and added my console tool and everything else. And that's all it comes down to, you know. You got to use your mind. You got to know what you're doing. You don't want to be Ryan or Manjaro, like I keep saying in the videos, because he's the middle. You're basically playing the middleman. You're going to that person when you could have gone to that person, and it just doesn't make sense in my eyes. That they've got nice, very good applications. They make whatever. I'm not doing things like this, you know. I don't want to be creating a custom Manjaro settings to download files from a different repo. That's my main thing right now. They've got their own application settings for Plasma, whatever. Good. But obviously it's the repos. I don't want to be using repos from another person, and I don't want other people to be downloading repos from me, you know. No, you want to be going to Arch or KDE, mate. I don't want people banging on my door saying that they've got problems because I've gone and made a repo and put all the packages in there, and that the packages are out of date because I haven't had the time to update the packages. Now, that's not where not the sort of predicament I want to be sat in. I'd rather people think, alright, we can get all the packages from the Arch AUR, yeah, anytime, any problem, we go to them. See, with me, if you've got a problem, I'm not saying you can't come to me and talk about a problem, even though I will say that you will not have a problem because I've done my tests, yeah. If you get any issues, come to me. The most likely issue that you're going to get is how do I get the icons on the bottom of the taskbar to remain disappear, or you know, I'm having a problem maybe with something stupid. I don't know. But then at the end of the day, it is what it is. You're not really going to have any major issues. You won't have any major issues. But if you do get any issues, you can come to me. And you can also go to Arch and KDE, which is what I'd rather you do anyway. Because this is Arch KDE, mate. Yeah, it's just Arch KDE with my theme. There's no different. So all the packages are their packages. You get a problem, they're going to know what to do as much as I do. Because I don't just build it, I test it as well on my main hardware, as you see. Anyway, have a good day and night. I'm going to upload this. Whether you watch this or not, it's up to you. Have a good day or night, whatever time it is when you watch this video.